Well, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. I hope you guys are doing fantastic out there. I'm back. I've got an interesting video for you today. We're going to talk about the Get Out Gear Down Puffy Blanket. This thing, if you put it right next to my water bottle, you can see that this thing is not much larger than this 40-ounce hydro flask. In fact, I can compress it even more if I have to. Look at that. I can really compress this thing down. Cool thing about this blanket is it's very lightweight, very compact, so it saves space, and you could throw this just about anywhere in your vehicle without compromising space. It can also be used as a poncho if you need to. It's got 3 little snaps on it, and I'll show you later how you can use this as a poncho. It's also a water resistant blanket, so if you get light rain, it will protect you. Now, it's not designed for heavy downpours and things like that, but it'll protect you with light rain. Now, I went on a trip up to Colorado, and then I came back. I took this blanket with me and it worked great. And then I went on another trip. I went to California, I went to Nevada, and I stayed multiple nights. So between those 2 trips, it was probably about 2 weeks that I had used this blanket every night, and it worked absolutely fantastic for me. In fact, I learned that in combination with my bedroll and using this blanket, my temperature increased by probably 10 to 15 degrees. So let's go ahead and take a look. You can see that it comes in this little dry sack here. I left the tag on here so I could show you. So Get Out Gear Down Puffy Blanket. Feel free to pause your screen if this is something that you want to read. You want to hang on to that information a little bit longer, feel free to do so. And then right there on the back, hopefully you're being able to see all that. And as I said, this comes in a very lightweight, ultra thin. And I don't mean thin as in a bad thing, I mean thin as in it's lightweight. This is a dry sack, and you can unravel this, you can unroll this, and right here, this is solid. This is nice because it makes it easy to shut this when you're done. You just roll it down, you have a slide release buckle, just connect that slide release buckle, and everything's good to go. And it's also very easy to undo. If you look at the inside of the dry sack, you see that little coating, that's like a plastic. So in the event that you have this laying out and it rains on it a little bit, it's gonna keep the blanket inside dry, which I thought was fantastic. Now you just pull it out just like so, and this is the dry sack. Now you can use this for other things if you need to, and look at how small that gets. I mean, it gets very, very, very small. Very tiny. Fits in my hand. I mean, the label's bigger than the dry sack. Look at that. You wouldn't even know I had it. So here's a look at the blanket, and right now it's very compressed. If you give it a little bit of time, it will start to loft up. It'll start to develop more. This is a down blanket, and you got to let it kind of come alive. So I usually just kind of work it a little bit, give it a little time, break it out, you know, maybe an hour before I'm going to go to sleep. And then when I go to get into bed, this thing is nice and lofty. And that's what creates that nice insulation factor, is that loft. So here's a label, shopgogear.com. Right there is one of those snaps. And it's got these little tie-out points on it. The blanket is made very nice. One thing that I really like about this blanket is the fact that it's got like a waffle kind of design. Now, I've had other blankets that did not have this waffle stitching, and what happens with those is the down inside, there's nothing to keep it in place. So if you don't have this waffle holding everything in place, the down can go all to one corner, and then you have just thin material and no down. So I like the way that they made this. So we just let it loft up, and that's the blanket. Very nice. Here is the washing instructions, just in case there might be anybody out there that wants to read that. Feel free to pause. And then right here is some more information. Care instructions. So this is a wonderful blanket. Like I say, I used it for like 2 weeks and it was fantastic. So it does have those snaps. Let me find them. There's one there, there's one there, and then there's a third one, and then you have 3 more right here. So what we'll do is we'll snap these 2 together, just like that. That's where your head will come out. I know this is a little hard to see because the camera's kind of close, but it'll all make sense here in a second. So you have those 3 little snaps, and then of course there's these little tie-out points. So now that you got those 3 snaps together, you can put this on just like a poncho. Get my head through, and then let's snap that back up. Now we have a poncho. Look at that. It's just like a poncho. Very cool. I didn't use it this way, but it's cool to have that option. Now you could even pull it up over your head if you wanted like a hood kind of deal. Maybe it's raining or something and this is all you had. It will shed water. It's just not designed for a lot of water. But you could if you had to. Or maybe you're trying to conceal yourself and you don't want to be seen or something like that. You could totally do that with this blanket. And these snaps are very easy to undo. Gosh, it's warm in there. I'm already sweating. This thing is warm. I'm not kidding. It's a warm blanket. Let me show you how big this blanket is. Pretty good size, huh? That's how big it is. So it's plenty of blanket to cover my body. All the way down to my feet. See my little feet down there? There's my little toes. Plenty. And it's not hard to fit in this stuff sack. The stuff sack is plenty large enough to fit this blanket in there. You just start stuffing. You don't even have to compress it that much. Get to there. We'll roll it down like a dry sack. And then we'll come right here with the slide release buckles. And now we're good to go. Throw this in the back of the truck, call it a day. So with all that being said, folks, I want to say thank you so much for stopping by. Please make sure that you're checking the description box in case you're interested in this. I want to say thank you to Get Out Gear for sending this blanket out for review. Also, please feel free to leave comments down below. Like this video, share this video, and until next time, have a beautiful day. We'll see you then. Bye for now.